Good morning, Year 8. Welcome back. I hope you have had a lovely half term. This is an options update for Monday, the 28th of February. Really important that everyone listens to today's notices. So continued character focus, of course. I did share this with you on the last day of half term, and it's a continued focus on being organised and meeting that final deadline, which I'll talk about in a moment. And remember, as we make our final decisions, you are empowered to make these choices. So don't be swayed by friends at the last hurdle. These are your choices. An update on your taster lessons. So these are the final chances for these tasters. So please ensure you are organised and that you remember to attend them. Miss Lillington in Genium Taster, that was Group 4, is now Tuesday, the 1st of March, period 1 in H5. That's Miss Lillington's room in the corridor by the quad next to music. Mr. Harlan's group, Taster Group 8, is now on Tuesday as well, period 2 in B1. To access B1, you go to the stairs near the MFL office or by music, and it's up the stairs on the first floor. Mr. Arjun's Business Taster, this is Group 4 from way back in the beginning of February, is now Wednesday, the 2nd of March, period 1 in H1 over in the history block. So do remember to attend those, make a note. I will email the students as a reminder, but do make a note for yourselves. Update on options appointments. So options appointments will finally take place throughout this week. Student requests and appointments with me are now showing in Go for Schools, and I'll show you where you can find those. Appointments with Miss Brooker and Mr. Schofield and other staff will be added today. Now, just a bit of information on this. If you requested an appointment, you of course have one. There were a couple of students who requested an appointment for some login help. So I'm going to talk about where you can get login help. We're not going to use those options appointments for help with logging in. So if you did request an options appointment for logging in, I'll talk to you about where you can get help with that in a moment. So we do have two types of appointments. We have appointments that students have requested because you want to talk to us about something, and thank you for filling the form in. And those students, you now have your appointments showing on Go for Schools. But we do have students who we do want to talk to, and this might be for a number of reasons. It might be because you're a new student and we want to just check in with you and make sure that you're okay with your choices and everything's going okay. And then we also have some students where we might have some character for learning improvements to make, and you've been doing some work with the Year 8 pastoral team, and so one of the pastoral staff might want to speak to you about your option choices and just make sure you're making good choices. So even if you didn't request an appointment, you may have been allocated one. To find out if that is you, here's what you need to do. So when you go on to Go for Schools, in the same place you found your taster lessons, on your progress page, you will see an assessment or a mark sheet called Options Support Meeting. Now, if you've requested one or you've got an appointment with me, your details are now showing. And so you can see in this example, this person has an appointment. It says yes, they've got an appointment with me. It's on Tuesday, the 1st of March. The appointment time is 1:45 p.m. and the appointment location is in LRC2. LRC2 is the large room in the LRC on the right as you walk in. The other location might be my office. It just depends on when I'm doing the appointments. Remember, my office is just down the corridor by the assembly hall next to the music practice rooms. So that's if you've got an appointment with me, your details will be allocated. If you've got an appointment with one of the pastoral team, we're working on finalising those today. So you might see that, yes, you have an appointment allocated, and in this example, it's allocated with Mr. Schofield, but we'll add those details later. So what I would like you to focus on today is, and this week as we approach our final deadline, is making sure your choices are in the correct order on the Sims Options portal. And a couple of notes about students logging in. I've had a few emails over half term with some login problems, and a lot of the time it's because students are pressing the invite code more than once and then locking themselves out, or you're not logging in via the correct web link. So remember, the invite codes that you get through your emails only work once. Please do not try and access the site this way. The best way to enter the options portal is to go onto our options website and to use this button here about halfway down the page. It's a link to the options portal. Please use that link to enter. And then the other problem that I found most students have had is that your username is your full email address, not just the first part, but your full email address, so at wardenparkradio.net. And you must log in via the Sims ID option, which is that little button on the left. It's black and white, Sims ID. And usually when people are doing that, it takes them in correctly. So do try that this morning, please. So log in via the options website. You have the options website app on your iPads. Go to that button that says log into the options portal. Log in via the Sims ID, which is the button on the left, and then put in your full email address. Remember, password reset does not work, and we would need to re-register you. So please don't use the reset password option. You will hopefully know, as I said, I did say this in the video that I sent on the last day of half term, to make sure that all the tasters and options appointments can be completed. We have extended the deadline to 9 a.m. on Friday. So you do have this week to make your final choices and for parents to approve your options choices. So if you do need help with logging in, Miss Elkers and I will be in I1 during tutor Tuesday to Friday this week. We won't be there today because we need you to watch this video and check your options first. And then if you do need help, you can come down any day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or Friday this week. The deadline is 9 a.m. Friday, so if we can have it done as soon as we can this week, that would help us out quite a lot. So enjoy the last week of sort of making those decisions. Think carefully. I'm around most breaks and lunches this week as well if you do want to have a quick chat. I've got a couple of spaces left for an options appointment. You could always drop me an email if you wanted me to add you to my list. As always, thanks for listening and have a great day.